Healthy living with Intermountain Healthcare.
And welcome back to Good Things Utah on this Monday. Now to a touching story of the gift of life. Today we have a liver donor. She's sitting next to me, Christine. We also had the recipient. This is Carrie, along with Dr. Jean Botha, who is a transplant surgeon and medical director of Intermountain Healthcare's abdominal transplant program, in this sponsored interview. Doctor, I want to start with you. It's been a good year for Intermountain Healthcare when it comes to transplants. They performed a record 104 adult liver transplants in 2022. Thanks to the life-saving generosity of deceased and living organ donors and their families. Why is that number so significant?
The number is significant because there are so many more people out there who need organs and need our help. So the reasons why, really, it's the people. I'm honored and privileged to be working with some of the finest or most talented people in healthcare that I've encountered in a long time. These are people who come to work with a purpose every day and with a passion to treat and change the lives of those people who trust us with their lives.
Do more people need transplants, or are we seeing more donations of transplants, or both?
The demand far outweighs the need.
Right.
The need far outweighs the supply, I should say. We'd never get enough organs. We unfortunately, every year, patients will die without the opportunity for that life-saving transplant, and that's why we turn to living donation to try and get our patients that life-saving operation that they need.
Is it tough to find a match, even once you have that donation?
Generally, it's not tough to find a match. Technology, which we embrace, obviously, allows us to manipulate. We have better drugs available to us that allow us to be able to circumvent some of the immunological issues that would prevent it, organ donation, but that's not the rate limiting factor or the bottleneck. It's really the supply of organs which limits us.
How intricate is this procedure? I mean, we're looking at video here.
We are, okay, it's a very intricate. It's
Yes.
probably one of, I tell Christine and I tell Carrie when I interviewed them, it's probably the most meticulously prepared operation that exists in the world today.
Wow.
Removing a piece of liver from somebody who trusts you to open them up, remove a piece of liver and put them back together again, and then the trust of the recipient to place this organ safely into them in a way that's going to work. It requires teamwork, and like I said, I'm surrounded by very talented people that I'm privileged to be working with that enable us to do this.
All right, we've got to get to the two that are sitting right here on the couch that are both nodding at everything you're saying. This is Christine and this is Carrie. Start with how you two know each other.
10 years or so ago, we met at Lumen Technologies. We worked together, and work from home made us very distant. And then one day we were talking on the phone about a year ago, and she said she had been placed on the liver transplant list. I just knew. I knew I was to do it. So I said, I'll try. And there set forth a big ordeal of stuff.
Christine, you say you just knew. What do you mean? It was a feeling?
There's a time that you just know when someone needs help, that you're the one, and that you're going to do it. And that day on the phone, I was just inspired. I said, I'll try. I'll do my best. I'll see if I can match.
Did you know what this entailed?
No. I didn't even know a living human could give a liver until I researched it, and I took a weekend to, pray, talk to my family, and I knew it was the right thing to do if I matched. And I know I had a few moments where I prayed I didn't match because it is scary. But I knew I had an amazing doctor. I knew I had an amazing team and an amazing recipient.
Carrie, how are you feeling at this point? Like, go back to that time when you get put on the list and then you're just crossing your fingers.
They told me at first that I would need to find somebody, or find somebody that could advocate for me. And I thought, I don't know how I'm going to do that. And it's just the day that I talked to her and just through work, and I just happened to tell her about it, and she's like, I'll do it. And you're like, yeah, right. You're going to give somebody part of your liver. I didn't even know before this that could even happen. And through the whole process, the testing, I never thought for sure that it would go through, because it's so much and so dangerous. that I worried for her, I worried for me, and I just thought, if it doesn't work out, you know, we'll just keep doing the best we can.
Christine, you said it just like that. I'll do it.
Yeah. I think I was
Like I'll
I
take
was
your
almost
shift. Like I'll take your night
Yes,
shift.
exactly.
Just like that. That cavalier.
Yeah, a little bit more after that, but at the moment it did feel right. You know, I've had some friends do this before. I was familiar with transplant services, and I knew how amazing they were. I knew I was going to be safe, and I just, through all the fear, I just trusted that I'd be okay. And here we are.
How long ago did it happen, you two?
October 5th.
3 months.
And how did it go?
I think it went well. There's, you know, I had some little hiccups here and there, but I had the most amazing team. I met with Dr. Botha first, and I was so scared before then, and he just made me feel like, we're going to take care of you. There's nothing to worry about. And I didn't. I worried about her. That was my last feeling when I went into the hallway before the operating room.
Is she going to be okay?
Yeah, is she going to be okay?
Doctor, you're nodding. Do you hear this all the time?
Yes, I mean, our overarching care is for the donor. She has everything to lose, she has everything to gain, and it's this balance that you have to try and maintain. And Carrie's explaining it in a way that this concern for the other, which is incredible.
Tell me about this connection the two of you have forged now and how it's changed.
We are like sisters. We're so close. She's the first thing I think about in the morning and the last thing at night. Just because she's given me something that, I mean, I don't know if I could have gotten this because of the supply.
Yeah.
The
It's
ultimate
amazing.
gift.
And to
Gift of
have
life.
her match
Absolutely.
and
It was
do
against
it.
all odds. It was against all odds that this was going to happen. And it had to work because it was against all odds. Miracles happen.
yes.
They've been holding hands since they walked in. I love it, you two. Christine and Carrie. Dr. Botha, thank you so much. Intermountain Healthcare, everybody, thank you for that sponsored interview. For more information, and if you'd like to be a donor, please go to our website and we'll link you abc4.com/GTU, and we'll be right back.